Hey, I'm Matt, and I'm going to walk you through all the stuff I set up to live stream my son and daughter's baseball and softball games. So come on in and I'll show you my bag. Pretty much everything is in here. My cameraman is going to make sure, camera woman I should say, is going to catch all this. Alright, so these are my Mevos, and I label them main, camera 1, camera 2, or camera 2, camera 3. So I will take these out. I bought these little handy cases on Amazon. They came with a clamp, and I don't use the clamp, but the case was cheap, so they're all tucked away in there. So those are my 3 Mevos. I use this stereo shotgun mic I'll show in a second for audio, and then I just picked up these microphones in case I decide to get brave and game call, but I don't know if I will. We'll see. Alright, so I also have my mount. So this is the heavy duty fence clip for the main behind the backstop, and then I have 2 of these magnetic mounts that I will put some links to how I put those together from parts from Amazon for the third and first base lines. Right, so I will start getting the main camera set up. This is main. So what I do is I start by getting the cable for my microphone plugged in. And I have these. Today it's not raining, but in the rain out here in the Pacific Northwest, these come in handy to protect the Mevos from the rain, but I still use them because I put these QR codes so people can get to the live stream easily. So these are Mevo Clam is what I call them. So I put the wire on first, drop it in, that goes on here.
You getting a lesson, Lola?
I'm explaining to the video how I do this for other people. So, next thing I do is I turn on my microphone, make sure all this stuff is charged beforehand. That will slide right on the back of my jack in here. I usually set it wide like that, kind of get it all set up, so that's good to go, and then I can start putting it on to the fence clip. That kind of tightened down there pretty good. So this one is good to go, other than I need to turn it on. Sometimes this version of my case pops open, so I'll put a little Velcro or rubber band or something around it just to hold it from popping open like that. Keep going here. So these are going to be on the first and third base lines. You don't really keep track of which is which until I turn them on and kind of check where they go. Probably should label them. But sometimes I switch them, so oops, I forgot. Probably don't need it today because, like I said, it's not going to rain, but I'll put the clamshells on these as well. And you can set this up before you come if you have a big enough bag, but I usually just pack it all up at the end of the game and take the Mevos home and charge them up, and they're ready to go. Hey, so then I haven't tried these yet, but these are 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So what I plan to do is, I should have done this before, but these will fit right into one of these cold shoes like so. Comes with a couple of these microphones. Maybe Lola here will help game call with me. And like I said, I haven't really tried it yet, but it's like this is the out. And so this will be whatever baseline that goes on will be the receiver, and then I'll just turn on the audio for this Mevo, and then we can potentially do some game calling if we want. So I'll play with that a little bit. So at this point, I'm all set up. Put another these clips on in case somebody wants to get the QR code. That's set up. And then I'll go put them on the fence so we can pause the video there. Okay. Alright, so next I'm going to show how I put this on the fence. And first I want to show this awesome ladder that I found on Amazon, and it's like 70 bucks or 80 bucks. Put in the links, but it's great for games. Get the camera up. I like to get the camera up a little bit higher. One note, I usually actually set it against a pole, because if you set it against here and then you take the camera and you take the ladder off, sometimes the camera moves. So I'll set it right there. And then I've got the Mevo I just set up on the heavy duty fence clip. So I'll usually put it up a little bit above the top for this camera. Now, I'm just going to show you, keep recording. So I use the Mevo Multicam App. See if I can get it as bright as possible. With the Mevo Multicam, what I do, can you see that on there? What I usually do is I have it that's on the third base line. I usually position on the third base side, down the first base line, and then that's the first base camera angle. Then third base is here, and then the backstop is here. So it kind of is a configuration of the diamond. It makes it easy for me to just, the ball's over there, I can quickly click. So just a tip that I found out, to name my cameras backstop first and third based on what they're showing. And so then the next thing I do is when I'm setting this up, I'll put this Multicam app into crop and zoom it all the way out, and then I'll bring it over here. And since I'm up on a fence and I don't always have somebody to hold it for me, I just have this extra little phone holder right here. I just put it in there, and then I can kind of look at it. I can get it in position. Try to get level. Make sure I get like the ump, catcher, the outfield, and first and third. And that's that. You don't really need this ladder anymore, so I usually just kind of set it off to the side where somebody's not going to climb on it. And it's done here. And so then I'm going to go try to find the camera that's going to point down the third base line, and I'll put it over here on the first base side of the field. So this one is third base. It says third, so I'll put it over here on the first. So here, I'm all over. And then if you kind of come up here, you'll see I usually position this camera right down the line here. It keeps it pretty close. I do everything over Wi-Fi, so it keeps it pretty close to the main hotspot camera there. So everything's kind of close, and that way I have a pretty good signal. If I got too far out, I'd start to drop signal. And also, I think this view is actually pretty good. So I'll usually stick this right here.